No flat landing.
Motor was shot.
I need to get you to interrogation, Buck. Come on.
Didn't drop a single bomb. Had to sabble him over the channel.
I know. Let's go.
Do you remember this show? Yeah. It's just Austin and Callum. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
We were just chatting. It's coming out now, but you guys actually shot this years ago.
Yeah, we finished 2 years ago.
Right?
This started 3 years ago.
This was your first project after Elvis.
Yeah.
So it's actually Tom Hanks who obviously did Elvis with you. This is a Tom Hanks produced series as well. So was he the draw? Was he saying, hey, I've got your next project all lined up, Austin?
Yeah, we were having dinner a few months before I finished Elvis. And he was saying, you know, you're gonna need to find something else to do right after because you've been focused on this one thing for so long. And then he said, you know, I got this World War II thing I'm working on, and so that's how I kind of got involved.
Tom Hanks, he's a real jerk, isn't he, Callum? Just not a nice guy at all.
Yeah, and also he's an up-and-coming actor. We're all quite excited about it.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what's interesting is Austin said the other day, it's like there's never been a moment in my life where I haven't known who Tom Hanks or Steven Spielberg are. So to play in their orbit and work with them was a pleasure.
I know, really. And, you know, I was just reading about you, Callum, this morning. I didn't know that much about your background, but you really came up, you worked hard. I mean, you have been a journeyman in this business. Everybody, you too, Austin. I'm not taking anything away from you.
Really has.
But both of you really,
I mean, late, yeah.
You paid your dues, and here you are, and you're in this incredible series, and it's Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg. I mean, what does that mean to you in this moment?
So much. I mean, it was an honor to take on this story. You know, what these guys did, they saved the world.
Yes,
you know, these guys are superheroes, and they put themselves in the most volatile atmosphere known to mankind. That's what I love about this show. You experience that. You go up there with them. You also come back to England and you watch them deal with the grief and the loss of their friends and how that affects their mind, body, and soul.
Did you get the flying bug at all? You don't actually pilot the jets, but there's a lot of that kind of action. Did anyone catch the fever, the need for speed?
I think everyone caught that fever.
It's kind of hard not to when you're in that cockpit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I heard there was like some kind of little competition you had going about getting into the cockpit. Who wants to explain that?
There was a lot of competition.
Yeah,
There was a lot
tell me.
of competition. You know, the competition really bonded us.
Yeah.
But this particular game is the game that Austin won. And you had to get into the cockpit as quickly as possible, and you start on your belly on the ground, and you have to yank yourself in, and then as quickly as possible get into the seat. And Austin's very agile and glided through.
He let me win.
I clunked. That was like a bulldozer coming through. Yeah, he did it in 5.5 seconds. I did it in 8.8, and I haven't lost any sleep about it. And
No.
I don't think about it.
You're not
at all.
mad.
No, I'm not mad. I let that go.
Yeah, I can see it's not.
It was important.
But you two really did bond on. Was this the first you had met working on this series?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, it works. It works well for the characters, but works well for real life. You guys kind of clicked. You're at a similar moment, I guess, in your careers.
Yeah. It's one of the things I'm most grateful for about doing this show is that we got the chance to be sparring partners, and I couldn't have hoped for a better one. Yeah. It's fantastic.
You just recently met some of the veterans, some of these pilots who actually did this, as you said, Callum, saved the world. What was that like?
It was great. I mean, it's why we do it, you know. And the funny story is that one of them was 102 years old, and he turned to Austin and said, "This one's just a kid. He's 101.
He's a little guy.
Still ribbing him, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
There's Lucky on the right there. Yeah. He was telling me a story of he said there was one mission where there was a hole in the nose of the plane and it froze his feet in, and so there was ice blocks around his feet on the pedals when he got back, and they had to chip his feet out. So just hearing those little details was really incredible, and hearing them say, I felt like I was back in that cockpit when I was watching the show. So very special.
That's so meaningful. Well, it's so wonderful to have you. By the way, Callum, I was reading another thing about you that made me laugh, that most of your projects lately have been taking place like either between the 1500s and the 1800s.
Yeah.
What's that about? Are you going to play anyone modern? Or are you just like, you're from this old-timey world? Old-timey face?
I've just got old-timey hair.
Well, it's working for you both. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate having you, Austin and Callum. They're coming back for our 4th hour. And the first 2 episodes of Masters of the Air will start streaming this Friday on Apple TV+.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.